very good afternoon, everyone. Very good afternoon. Welcome to today's Unit 1 class. Okay. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. Okay. So everybody, we start part number 3 of Unit 1. Okay. Of topic 1, not Unit 1, topic 1. Okay. So some of y'all might have this tute already. Some of y'all might not be having it yet. Let me put it in the chat before we get started. So students online, if you can please take it from here. Unit 1, part 3. Okay, right. So guys, girls, all of y'all, in part 1, we spent a lot of time talking about digital devices, hardware devices. Okay, boys over there, all of y'all, are y'all with me? Devices away, please. Okay, in part 1, we spent a lot of time talking about digital devices. Okay, factors that affect their design, factors that affect their performance. Okay, we saw various technologies that are used. In part 2, what did we spend our whole time on? Part 2 was entirely based on zero, nothing. Conversion of what? Binary to decimal, then how to calculate the size of a file, then how to calculate the bandwidth. That was what part 2 was all about. Okay, part 2 was entirely based on mathematical operations in a computer system. Now when we come on to part 3, guys, we're going to be talking about the programs that run on a computer. Okay, everyone, boys behind. Okay, part 3 is entirely based on the programs that run in your computer. Are you all good here? So everybody, can you open up part 3 and come down to page number? Can everyone come down to page number 4, software? Guys, girls, everybody, we are going to come down to software. So let's go in that word by word. A software is all the instructions that tell a computer what to do. Let's stop over there for a second. Is there any other word you can give me for instruction? Data. Can we all note that word over there? Can we put the word data over there? Above instruction, I want you to put the word data. Now, guys, for very long, you must have been learning the word data. What does data mean? How would you describe data? Instructions given to a computer. Okay, but then again, we come back to the same point, isn't it? Can you give me something else about data that will help somebody understand what data means? Meaningless. It doesn't make any sense. It's raw facts. Everybody okay with this? So can we put down over here? Meaningless, you can put. Meaningless. Meaningless. Okay. Comma, raw facts. So then, guys, when data becomes meaningful, boys are looking here. When data becomes meaningful, what do you call it? Information. Now, in order for these instructions or for this data to become meaningful, who does it have to go to? It has to go to your processor, isn't it? Everyone, these instructions or this data has to go to your processor. Your processor will make it meaningful. Are you all okay with this? So everyone, if you look at my screen now, let me go to one of the softwares in my computer. I'm going to go into my local storage. I'm going to open up my SSD program files. This is where all my softwares are stored. Everyone okay with this? And let me zoom in also. So I told you a software is instructions now. Let me prove it to you all. So when I open up this folder Adobe tells me you have the following programs under the Adobe collection. You have Adobe Bridge and Adobe Photoshop. I'll open up Photoshop. When you open up Photoshop, guys, you can see there is a collection of files over here. According to our tute, what would you call these files? Data, or you would say, these are my instruction files. Agree? These files make absolutely no sense to me at all. But if I were to delete any of these files, would Photoshop open up? Photoshop is not going to open up. If I were to delete any one of these instruction files, Photoshop simply wouldn't open up. Is it clear? In order for these instruction files to become meaningful, who does it have to go to? Boys behind? In order for this to become meaningful to me, who does it have to go to? It has to go to my processor. Once these data files have been given to my processor, then Photoshop opens up on my screen. I understand that. That makes sense to me. Are we all okay with these? These are the instructions of Photoshop. Everyone, are we okay with this? These are the instructions of Photoshop. All good? Okay, everyone. So can you all read that paragraph again? So software is instructions. What are these instructions? You saw data files. These data files have to be processed by your processor. I just showed it to you all. Okay. So guys, when you take computer software, guys, we initially break it into two main components. Can you all see the two components over here? You have your system and you have your application. Okay, everybody, can you all read the second paragraph over here? When we talk about system software, everyone, when you talk about system software, what does it do? Allows the computer to run efficiently. Okay, so what do you mean by efficiently? It helps to maintain the computer and perform tasks that the computer needs. Okay, everybody. So if you look at system software, guys, it controls your entire computer. Okay, shall we also note that down over here? System software, guys, you can also put a note over there. Controls entire computer. That's why we say system software. It's software that controls your system. Can we note that down? Controls entire computer. Guys, girls, can we note that down over there? For system, can you all please note down? Controls entire computer. Okay. So can you all see the examples that come under system? Everyone, boys, have a look at the examples that come under system below. You have your operating system, you have antivirus software, you have your firewall, you have something called drivers. We're going to spend some time over here. When we talk about operating system, guys, can you all give me some examples, real life examples of operating systems? iOS, okay? All iPhones use an operating system called iOS, okay? So you can note down iOS over there. Give me something else. Android, Windows 11, for example. Okay, that's enough. Windows 11. Right. Under antivirus, guys, can anyone tell me what is the objective of having an antivirus in your computer? Sorry? To protect the computer from what? From viruses, right? To protect computer system. To protect computer system from viruses. Are we all okay with this? This is your purpose behind antivirus software. Rishad, over there, what's going on? Are you busy with your phone there? Is it in your bag? Put it in your bag now itself, not under your table. Is it in your bag? It's in your bag. Okay, so everyone, under antivirus, we can note down a few examples like what? What shall we note down over here? I didn't get you. Norton, exactly. Okay, Norton antivirus. Give me another one. Avast. Okay, these are, sorry, Kaspersky you have. Okay, AVG. Okay, these are examples of antivirus software. Okay, then guys, if you were to talk about a firewall, it comes under security. What does a firewall do? Protects your device on a what? Anyone remembers? We will talk about these later when we get into security for networks. But for now, just introducing the topic. Internet as a network, right? Whenever you connect to a network, you have the risk of somebody else accessing your device. Are we all okay with this? The risk of somebody else accessing a device always exists when you connect to a network, which is why you have a firewall. A firewall is like a security guard, okay? Inspecting anything that enters your device, okay? Protects device from unauthorized access on a network. Protects device from unauthorized access. Okay. Then guys, we spoke about drivers very recently. When we spoke about a topic very recently and we mentioned drivers underneath it. Not very recently. It's been some time, no? Yeah, about 2 weeks before. Sorry? Connecting devices. So typically, which program contains your driver? We told you hardware devices have some software built into it. What did we call that software? Firmware. We told you hardware devices have something called firmware, and firmware is a software, and firmware will contain so many things. One of the things it would contain is your drivers. What do drivers do? So a projector has drivers, a webcam has drivers, a microphone has drivers, this mouse has drivers. It's a very small software that tells my laptop. Nobody? So the firmware has a driver. The driver gets installed on my laptop. So now my laptop knows what? How to work with a particular hardware device, isn't it? Everyone okay with this? When you connect this mouse to your laptop for the first time, it's a foreign object. Your laptop doesn't know how to work with this mouse. As soon as the drivers of the mouse is installed on the laptop, now your laptop knows how to work with this mouse. Are we okay with this? So normally your drivers is a part of your firmware. Okay, a small software a small software that tells a computer how to work with it. How to work with it. Okay, I know you all can read it from there. I'll read it to you all. A very small software, its size is very small, that tells a computer how to work with it. Okay, I'll just give you all another example. I've given it to you all previously also. If I come and right click, somebody online had if I come and right click on this space here, and if I come and click on manage, so all of you all, sometimes you connect a device to your laptop and your laptop is just not detecting the device. You have connected a webcam, but the webcam is just not working on your laptop. So you can come to manage. When you come to manage, guys, can you see over here? Give it a few seconds. When you click on manage, over here you have something called device manager. When you come over here, let's zoom in. It's showing you all the drivers for each hardware component. I'll come down to mouse wheel, mice and other pointing devices. When I click on this, can you all see? It's showing two mouse. It's showing two. One is my trackpad and the other one is this particular mouse. If I were to right click on it, can you all see what it says? Update driver, disable device, uninstall device. Uninstall means this was earlier installed. It was installed automatically. Okay, the driver automatically got installed. Okay. Everybody okay with this? These are what we call drivers. Keep reading it, guys. Next, what do we have? Defragmentation. This might be new to many of you all. Anyone remembers from O-level learning defragmentation? Yeah. Organizes your files, right? Organizing your files in your computer is known as disk defragmentation. It's only done on a hard disk. Everybody, imagine if you were to go to a library and the books were not arranged. For you to find what you're looking for, what's going to happen? It's going to take a very long time. Agree with me? If you go into a library that is not organized, it's going to take a very long time for you to find your book. Similarly, in your computer, you have tiny fragments of data. These data move all over the place. So you need to organize them, arrange them. That is what we call defragmentation. Everyone look here. Can you all see? It's provided by my operating system. Defragment, arrange the tiny fragments of data in your computer so that the processor can find them quickly. Shall we put down a note over there? Arranging of fragments of data in an organized manner. Arranging fragments of data in an organized manner. Okay. And then finally, guys, we have compression. What do you think compression does? Reduces your file size. You're trying to save on storage space, right? Everyone. Now, what type of software are we talking about? No. What type of software? Application or system? We're talking about system now. Now guys, can you all see what I highlighted? Does it match? Allows the computer to run efficiently. Agree? All these components or system software, if you look at their definitions, they all work towards ensuring your smartphone, your tablet, your desktop, whatever the device is, runs efficiently. Okay? It works properly for you. If any one of these is not working properly, your computer will start giving you problems. Are we all okay with this? If antivirus is not working properly, you will start having problems. Viruses will start disrupting your computer. Okay, if your firewall is not working properly, you will have problems. Okay, so can you only put a note for compression now? Reduces the size of files or helps in saving storage space. Helps in saving storage space. Are we all okay with this? Helps in saving storage space. So all of you all, your system software is managing your entire computer. Your entire computer is being managed using every part of system software. Okay, what's behind okay with that? Now come down to the next part where we talk about application software used to perform services for the user. Everyone okay with this? System manages your whole computer. Application, depending on the service you want to perform, depending on the task you want to perform, you will choose an app. Are we all good, guys? Now, if you take my smartphone and your smartphone, the brands might be different, but we will all have the same system software. Your phone will have an antivirus, I will have an antivirus. Your phone will have an OS, I will have an OS. Your phone will have compression, I will have compression. Everybody okay with this? All our devices, when it comes to system, we will all have the same thing. Okay, but when it comes to apps, depending on how we use our phones, our apps will vary. Are we all okay with this? Some of y'all might have gaming apps, which I have no interest in gaming, so there'll be no gaming apps in mine. Some of y'all might have social media, I might not have social media. Are we all okay with this? So apps will vary from user to user. Are we all good? Can everyone come down to that? Everyone, can we come down to the purpose of application software? Boys, girls, everyone. Come down to the purpose of application software. Okay. So can you all go through the examples? So you can see word processor, ideal software for creating documents, reports, CVs. Okay. Spreadsheets, ideal for calculation purposes. So for creating budgets, for creating what you call financial records. Okay. Spreadsheet is ideal. Databases, ideal for storing data and retrieving it. Photo editing, video editing, web browser, games. Are we all okay with that, guys, girls? Okay, can you go through those examples, everybody? I'll move in 1 minute. Can everyone have a look at those examples? Okay, so you can see each application is providing a specific task for you. Okay, depending on the task, you choose the application that you want. Okay, everybody, did you go through that list? Is it all? Is there anything else you can add to this? Let's add 3 more. Let's add 3 more applications here below. What shall we mention? So like we have word processing, spreadsheet, database. What else? For example, guys, I have information I want to present to a large audience in front of me. But I want to, sorry, PowerPoint is a brand name. Presentation software. Give me the category here. So when you have a large amount of information, you want to present it to an audience in an organized manner, presentation is ideal. Shall you note that down? So you can mention over here, presentation software. Everyone, can we get this down? Presentation software. Okay. Right. Next. Web authoring software used to create a website, construct a web page, isn't it? So we can mention web authoring software. Web authoring. Anything else? Audio editing. Excellent. Okay. This list goes on and on, but I'll just stop over here. Audio editing. Everyone okay with this? So if you go from the top, boys, all of y'all, software is broken into two main categories. What were the two? System and your application. Under system, give me a few examples. You have your operating system, drivers, your firewall. Okay. And if I were to ask you what does system do, you can simply say it manages the entire computer. Everyone okay with this? And the next category we have is application, which helps the user in performing specific tasks. Depending on the task you want to perform, you choose an application. Are we all good? Nothing confusing there, right? Everyone? Okay, I'm going to move. Okay, I want to finish this today. Not highly unlikely, but we'll try. So everybody, the role of the operating system. Okay, this operating system plays a major role in your computer. Every computer that you use has an operating system. Can everyone first read that paragraph and then I'll start explaining? Okay. Very important piece of software. Keep reading it. It allows a user to interact with the computer as well as manage lots of processors within the computer. There are four main areas that the operating system manages. These are the four. We'll go through them in detail. Managing all your devices, managing various users on your computer. Okay. Now, many of y'all, it's a single user, but there could be times when you're sharing your laptop with your siblings. Then you have multiple users. Are we all okay with that? We'll talk about that. Managing processors and managing your security. Managing processors, everyone look here. Control Shift Escape. Have a look here. I'll give it to you all in detail also. Can you all read this? Can everyone read this word over here? Okay. Can you guys see background processors? In the background, all these processors are running. It's my operating system that's handling all of them. So question here is, when you say handling, what do you mean? That's the question. Okay, so we will talk about it when we come to it. Okay, but for now, you all can see, right? I have clearly shown you all the operating system is handling 106 background processors. On top of that, it's handling 12 apps. Okay, what do I mean by handling? Coming up a little later. Okay, right. And then managing your security. Shall we now itself ask you all, what do you mean by managing security? To protect your device, what is your operating system offering you? Think about your own smartphone. You don't want anyone messing with your phone. So what did your operating system give you? Password. Biometrics. Sorry? Anything else? PIN. Now biometrics covers finger, face, all that biometrics covers. It gives you a PIN, it gives you pattern, isn't it? Anything else it gives you? Android, iOS, they all have this feature. In case you lose your data, what do they do for you on a daily basis whenever you connect to Wi-Fi? Not daily, but you choose the settings basically. Backup, they offer backups for you. Then, for example, you're worried since you're connected to a network, somebody else could hack into your device. So what do they provide you with? Encryption. Not all the devices, not all operating systems give encryption. They give you, come on, we just spoke about it. They give you a firewall. All devices will provide you with a firewall. Look here, Windows has its own firewall as well. Everyone okay with this? Windows has its own firewall to protect your device when you connect to a network. Okay. Right. Can we all come down to managing devices and understand that now? Everybody, let's spend some time over here. Can you all first read it and then I'll show it to you all in real life? Okay, boys behind, all of you all with me? Let's stop there. What does peripheral devices mean? No, only storage. Excellent. In any device that you connect to your computer is known as a peripheral device. Is it clear? So somebody needs to manage it now. Somebody needs to handle it and manage it. That's your operating system's duty here. Are we all okay with this? Okay, that's what they call peripheral devices, all devices that you connect to a computer. Okay, a computer cannot be used without input and output. So managing these devices are important. Can you guys see some of the devices? Okay, read it, Vilu. Okay, so don't go any further. Stop at monitor. So I want to give you all evidence number one that my operating system is managing all these devices. Evidence number one. So I showed it to you all earlier also. Minimize this. Can you see? Everyone, can you all see over here? My operating system is telling me, can you see? It has something called device manager, and it's showing me all the hardware devices connected to my computer. Every single hardware device that's connected is being shown over here. Okay, so even if I come to webcam, where is webcam? Cameras is where? Cameras is here. It's showing me there are 3 cameras. Okay, one is this webcam 1080p. One is my laptop's full HD webcam, and I have another webcam for biometrics. Everybody okay with that? That is the IR webcam. Are we all okay with this? The same webcam, it can be used in 2 types. One is full HD, the other one is for biometrics. Okay, so this is evidence number one. What am I trying to prove to you all? The operating system manages peripheral devices. Excellent. Okay, right. Can you now keep reading this now? Not all peripherals and computers are built to use the same computer-based languages. This means that there needs to be a system in between that can translate the two to make them compatible. Everyone okay with this? The way a webcam operates and the way my laptop operates are very different. So I need something in the middle to translate the two, to make the two compatible with each other. So we have a driver for this purpose. Keep reading it. Drivers are managed by the operating system. The operating system allows the correct drivers to be installed to make sure that the peripheral devices and the computer can communicate effectively. Are we all okay with this? Can you all remind me again? For a hardware device, where is your driver? For a hardware device, where is the driver? In the firmware. Where is firmware stored? Or what storage is used for firmware? For firmware. RAM, bad answer. ROM, okay. ROM is correct. Flash memory would be used, okay. Normally ROM or flash memory is only used, okay. I was going to tell you all something now. Yeah, when you buy a printer, can you just plug in the printer and play? You can't. Why can't you? Sometimes routers, guys, when they advertise, almost all routers, they don't need to say it. Now all the routers have it, but they still say it. Plug and play. What do you mean by plug and play? Anyone, any idea? All the routers have this. There might be some high-end routers that don't have it, but generally all routers are plug and play. What do you mean by plug and play? Sometimes mouse also, you don't need to say it, but just to increase the hype for it, on the mouse box they would say plug and play, or for a keyboard they would say plug and play. What does that mean? You can just connect it and start using it, because everyone, come on, support me here. What do you mean by plug and play? You plug it and you can start playing, you can start using it, because the drivers would be not already automatically installed. The firmware, now this mouse and this laptop communicate via Bluetooth. The moment I pair the two through Bluetooth, the drivers are installed on my laptop. It will take about 5 to 10 seconds. Then the mouse and laptop know how to work with each other. Everyone okay with this? But normally for a printer, guys, the drivers are not built into it. You have to separately download it. So you connect your printer and then a pop-up will come saying unrecognized object connected to device. Is it clear? So then what do you need to do? You need to come over here. You need to come to Google and you need to type over here your printer model. So 1 second. You need to come over here and type your printer model. Download HP like this. HP LaserJet. Now you can see here it's suggesting which model do you want. So you choose the model. On the printer, the model is written. No, you choose that model. I'll just go with whatever model comes up here. Now you come over here, you open this website. Okay, 1 second, it's loading. Then from their website, you download the driver. So here, can you see driver? And it will say, this is just plug and play. So you just install it. That's it. Okay, 5.2 MB. Okay, this is what you call a driver. Normally in today's world, guys, devices come with a driver already in it. So you don't need to download anything. But devices like a printer or scanner might require you to download the drivers. Are we all okay with this, everyone? Why do you think, who can come up with this answer? Why do you think printers are not providing the driver in the firmware itself? Devices like printers, scanners, now webcam and all, they provide it with the firmware itself. But why do you think a printer is not providing it? Nowadays, many printers are providing it, but there are also many printers that don't provide. You have to download it separately. No storage, because firmware is using, generally firmware is using flash memory or ROM, right? So normally for the firmware, the storage is very small. So if you look over here, you might tell it's very small, but it's too much for firmware. 5.2 MB. Okay, firmware sometimes is dealing in KB or 1 MB. So to add the driver also, it might be too much. So that's why they say, you know what, for the driver, you separately download it. You get it? Because there might not be enough space in firmware to put the driver as well. Okay, but for a webcam and all, the driver is so small that there is space. But for a printer, the driver is too big to put it in firmware. So you have to download it separately. Are we good? Okay, all right. Can you guys keep reading it? A peripheral device will send a signal called an interrupt, something brand new coming up now, to the computer when it needs to get the processor's attention about a task. Everyone, your computer will have all the tasks it needs to do in an order. Sometimes, guys, certain tasks need immediate attention. Stop there. Any examples you can give me? You're using your phone. Tasks are automatically running in the background. There could be a situation where a task needs immediate dealing with. Like what? So everything else is stopped and this task is brought on top. Like what? When you're using your phone, you get everything else stops and this task is brought in front. Like while you're using your phone, you get a phone call, isn't it? While using your phone, when you get a phone call, what does it do? It stops everything else and puts that phone call in front, isn't it? Until you deal with that phone call, all the other processors are held. Are we all okay with this? This is a simple example of an interrupter. Okay, so can you guys read it now? The operating system manages these interrupt signals. So it has got a signal saying, you know what, this task is of high priority. Stop everything else and tell the processor to deal with this. So all your other tasks are put into a queue and this task is brought right to the top. That is what we call an interrupt. Okay, everyone read this. The operating system manages these interrupt signals and decides which interrupt to send to the processor. Are we all okay with this, guys? Okay, can you guys read that paragraph again? A peripheral device will send a signal called an interrupt. Can you all read that again? Okay, so when something urgent comes up, when there is a task that needs to be dealt with immediately, then an interrupt signal is created. Okay, so this is also done by your operating system itself. The operating system will manage these interrupt signals and decide which one to send to the processor. The processor will basically deal with whatever it is given. So who decides what to give to the processor? Your operating system. Shall I prove it to you all? Again, look at this, everyone. Can you all see? This is my CPU. Right now, 35% full or 30% full. Okay, dealing with whom? It's dealing with your server, Google Chrome, Edge. You can see these numbers keep changing. It's working heavily with Zoom. About 8% of my processor is dealing with Zoom. Who decides these amounts? It's my operating system. Are we all okay with this? Okay. I can't think of any interrupt that I can create right now. Okay, but I'll just give you all a very simple example. Look at this. If I were to open up Photoshop right now, you would notice my processor getting very busy. Okay, I clicked on open. Now processing. Where's Photoshop? There you go. Photoshop came into the list. Very busy, very busy. Opening, processing. Photoshop is still being processed. Now, once Photoshop opens, you will notice that this number is going to go down. Still busy. Guys, online, I'm talking about Photoshop, okay? Let's see if it has finished opening. Still processing. Now it opened. Now you would notice gradually the processor will go down. Now can you see this number is falling to 3.1, 2.7, 2.2, 1.3, 0.8. Everyone okay with this? Now the work is done. Okay, but that's not a proper example for an interrupt. Okay, I can't think of an example to give for you all as an interrupt. Another example can be what, when you have an error. If an error takes place, it has to inform you about that error, right? So it stops everything else and puts an error in front. That's an example of an interrupt signal. But I can't think of an error that I can show you all right now. Okay. Software updates, does it stop the whole thing? If it stops the whole thing, it's an interrupt. If it's just notifying you about it, it's not an interrupt. That's a very good example. Everyone remember previous class or 2 weeks ago? You remember, right? One class, my device suddenly decided to update. That's a good example of an interrupter. Okay, it stopped everything and told my processor to deal with it. Okay, very annoying thing, but that's a good example of an interrupter. Okay, everything else was stopped and this was put in front. Okay, guys, let's keep moving. So I'm going to close this now. So give it a few seconds. Right. Can everyone keep moving? Okay, everybody, let's remind ourselves what are we talking about. We're talking about software. Under software, where did we come? Under software, we came to system software. Under system software, we took the operating system. And right now, we are talking about the roles of the operating system. Underneath that, we're talking about managing devices. Under the managing devices, we learned what? Drivers, interrupts. We went and saw this as well. Okay, can we move down then, everyone? Can we then come on to managing processors? I have already shown it to you all. We'll have a look at it again. Can you guys read this? Thousands of processors are carried out each second in a computer. Do you all agree with that? Is it thousands or is it more? Anyone? Every second, the speed of my processor is 2.2 gigahertz. What does that mean? Every second, it can execute 2.2 gigahertz. If you convert into hertz, you get 2.2 billion, right? It can deal with 2.2 billion instructions. Okay, and then to make it even better, we have multiple cores. So the workload is shared. Okay, right. So instead of 1,000, it should be a bigger number, but doesn't matter. Okay, the operating system manages the processes of moving data to and from storage and memory within the computer. Can I have a small diagram over here? Everyone over here. If I were to ask you all a question, I want to open up Photoshop. Where is Photoshop stored? On my laptop right now, where is it stored? Which part of my laptop contains the instructions or data files of Photoshop? Sorry? C drive. That's a bad answer. Which part of my computer? It's like you're telling me the name of the folder. That doesn't make sense, right? Guys, which component of my computer will contain it? He also said C drive. Guys, can you tell somebody the name of a folder of where data is stored? That's flash memory. You are right, because I'm using an SSD. In my laptop, I have an SSD. Okay, so she's correct. It's flash memory. So everybody, I have an SSD in my laptop. Wait, don't draw now. I have an SSD. Photoshop data files, boys behind. Photoshop data files are inside this SSD. Now, I just told you all right, Photoshop is a collection of instructions. Now, for those instructions to become meaningful, who does it have to go to? It has to come to my processor. So I have my processor over here. I have my processor over here. Now guys, my SSD is 1 terabyte in size. My processor does not have time to go through 1 terabyte looking for Photoshop instruction files. So who is the intermediary here? The RAM is in the middle. Everyone okay with this? In the middle we have our RAM. So Photoshop data files will be given to RAM. So I can put Photoshop over here. Photoshop data files, data is given to the RAM, and then from the RAM it's given to the processor for processing. Are we all okay with this? Sounds good? Right. Then guys, can you guys read this statement from here to here now? Sorry, my bad. Read this statement and see if it matches with what I told you. The operating system is responsible for what? Taking data from where? From your secondary storage and giving it to whom for processing? Everyone, can you read that? Your operating system will take data from secondary storage and give it to your RAM. Your RAM will then give it to your processor for processing. Everyone, can you go through that? Okay. It moves data in and out of the RAM. Okay. Can you all read the bold words over there? It makes sure that enough memory is allocated to each task that needs to be performed by the computer. Okay. The operating system will ensure that enough memory is allocated. Enough memory is allocated where? Who are we talking about here? Enough memory where? Any ideas here, guys? Enough memory, where are we talking about? All of you all, what is the journey again? When you open up Photoshop, your data files have to be taken from where? Exactly, RAM. Sandra, that's right. Okay, I'll come back to it now. All of you all, let's start this journey again. I want to open up Photoshop. Photoshop is in my SSD. When I open it up, guys, who does it have to go to? It has to go to the RAM. Who makes that movement from secondary storage to RAM? Who makes that move? Who does that transfer? Who tells these data files you go to the RAM? Who tells it? Your operating system. Then from RAM, it has to go to your processor now. Who manages that again? Your operating system. Your operating system will then take the files from the RAM and give it to your processor for processing. Okay. Now, everybody, again, let's do this again. Look at this diagram over here. My RAM is right now 91% full. Memory means RAM now. Everyone, are looking at my screen? My RAM is right now 90% full. I'm going to open up Photoshop. What do you think? Enough space or not enough space? I'm going to open up Photoshop, but RAM is already 90% full. So what do you think I should do? What do you think is going to happen? Everybody, my RAM is already 90% full and I'm going to open up Photoshop. Whose duty is it to manage this RAM for me? It's my operating system. My operating system will see and find space for me. Is it clear? What is something that you can do to make life easy for your operating system? Close programs that you are not using. Exactly. Something that you can do to make it easy for your operating system to manage memories. Close programs that you're not using. But you know what? I don't want to do that. Okay. So it's already 92% full. Let's open up Photoshop also. So I come and open up Photoshop. There you go. I click it. Now you can see Photoshop. How do I move this away? Okay. It's now allocating space for Photoshop. 41 MB, 42 MB, 42 MB. Okay. Right now, Photoshop is just open. I haven't put any image inside it. The moment I put an image inside it, it will take up even more space in the RAM. Everybody okay with this? So managing this RAM space is done by your operating system. Ensuring that every program gets sufficient space in the RAM is your operating system's duty. Are we all okay with this? Okay, everyone, shall we put it in our own words? This went up to 75 MB. But my RAM is still at 90% full. You guys saw that? Before I opened Photoshop also, it was 90 odd. After opening also, it's 90 odd. Everyone okay with this? Shall we try something else? Where can I find an HD image? Give me a heavy file I can open in Photoshop. What's the size of this image? Properties, where is it? This image is very, very small, 108 kilobytes. I need something heavy. One second. Let's open this PDF file. Is also, this is a 1.3 MB file. It won't take up much space. Anyway, if I open up a file in Photoshop, guys, you would notice the RAM consumption will be even more. More space in the RAM will be assigned for Photoshop. Now it has come to 1.6 MB here. Are we all okay with this? Okay, managing this space is done by my operating system. I'll ask you a simple question. If I were to close Photoshop now, what would my operating system do? Boys behind? If I were to close Photoshop right now, what would my operating system do? Remove it from the RAM. If I were to, this is basically what I mean, managing the space on the RAM. If I were to close Photoshop right now, my operating system would take it out of the RAM. Okay, shall we see that? So over here, I'm going to come and close Photoshop, and you guys can see it has been taken out. Okay, it has been now taken out. Okay, awesome. Can everyone keep reading there? Everybody, can you keep reading that? It also makes sure that two tasks try. It also makes sure that no two tasks access the same memory location. Are we all okay with this? Two programs should not be kept in the same place. Okay, right. Can you guys read the next paragraph? You will often want to do more than one task at a time on a computer, right? Everyone look here. I have all these programs open. All these programs are running together. Anyone knows the word when you have multiple programs running in the background at the same time? What are you doing? You're multitasking, isn't it? On your smartphone, you guys are multitasking. You have WhatsApp open, you have Instagram open, you might have maybe YouTube open in the background. You're multitasking. You're switching between all these programs, and all these programs are working at the same time. Whose job is it coming up? Keep reading it now. When multiple tasks, can everyone read that paragraph? When multiple tasks are being done on the computer at the same time, the computer does something called multitasking. This is when the processor is able to process more than one task at a given time. At a given time, multiple tasks it's dealing with. The operating system will decide which task needs to be processed next and how long the computer should spend doing each task before switching to another. Are we all okay with this? Your operating system will decide which task for your processor to work with. Are we all okay with this? Now guys, something really confusing is going to come up for you all right now. When I said multitasking, what did you all tell me its meaning is what? The meaning of multitasking, Shahad, all of you, what was the meaning of multitasking? Working on multiple tasks at the same time. Listen carefully. In reality, actually speaking, your processor deals with only one task at a time. You get it? But it deals with them so fast that for us, it looks like it's dealing with multiple tasks at the same time. Did you understand what I just told you? In reality, technically speaking, very technically speaking, your processor is dealing with one task only at a time, but it deals with them so fast it deals with that to us, it looks like it's dealing with many tasks at the same time. You get it? Say, for example, I have your server open and I have in the background a music file being downloaded. Okay? We'll say, for example, I have your server, I have this program open, and I have the music file also being downloaded in the background. To me, it looks like both are happening very smoothly in the background. To me, it looks like your server is running without a problem. The music is also being downloaded in the background without a problem. That's what it looks like to me. Like both are running together at the same time. But in reality, very technically speaking, your processor will deal with each of these tasks separately. But it does it so fast that to you, it looks like both are happening at the same time. Everyone okay with this? There is this split screen option. Okay. They run simultaneously. Okay. So no, split screen is a different thing now. It's the same program now. Split screen is something to do with the screens. I'm talking about programs in your computer. The processor is dealing with programs now. Split screen will be under the graphics card, and that doesn't have to do with the processor. The processor is dealing with your programs. In reality, it happens so fast to us, it looks like all happening at the same time. But in reality, it's like milliseconds, nanoseconds, microseconds. It's happening so fast, okay, that to us, it looks like they're all happening at the same time. But in reality, it deals with one task at a time. Finish it, go to the next task. Finish it, go to the next task. But it happens so fast, right? It's like it did all of that at the same time. Everybody okay with this? Okay? In reality, it deals with the download, then comes back to your server. Deals with download, comes back to your server. That's what's actually happening, technically speaking. But it happens so fast, to us, it's like it all happened at the same time. Are we good? Can you guys read this statement again? Again, the operating system. Can you guys read that again? The operating system decides which task needs to be processed next and how long the computer should spend doing each task before switching to another, which tells you it doesn't do, in reality, technically speaking, it does not do multiple tasks at the same time. But to us, appears like that because it happens so fast. Okay? Come on, everyone. Shall we have a look at okay, so now we have dealt with two key roles of your operating system. What were the two? Managing devices, managing processors. We saw both of them. Shall we have a look at the third one? Managing users. Here, of course, I don't have a lot to tell you all. Can you guys go through it? Okay, you know, right? On a smartphone, it might not be possible, but on a tab, on a laptop, you can have multiple users, isn't it? You can have multiple users. And guys, what is it about multiple users? Each user gets their own. Each user gets their own. Who can come up with the right words now? I see my own wallpaper. I see my own icons. I see personalized what? Interface. We all get graphical user interface. Account, or you can say desktop, isn't it? This is my desktop now. Each user gets their own desktop, isn't it? And what does the operating system do? Creates a desktop for each user and also separates those desktops, isn't it? It separates a desktop. So user A sees only his desktop. User B sees only his desktop. Are we all okay with this? Okay. Keep reading it, guys, girls, everyone. Keep reading it. It provides every user with an interface that they can use to interact with the computer. I want to stop there for a second. This is often a graphical user interface. Can you guys give me the other user interfaces you all know of? What are the other interfaces that you all know of? Graphical user interfaces, what my laptop is using. What are the other interfaces? Sorry? Command line. Shall we note that down? We have something known as a command line interface. Okay, so this is what you call a command line interface. Everyone look here. This command prompt, if I open it up, this is my command line interface. It's all commands. Okay, there's no need for a cursor even. Next. Sorry, gesture-based interface. Okay, so all of you all on your phone, if you are playing a game, you can you can control the vehicle by tilting your phone this way and that way. That's gesture-based. Then some phones, if you want to put it on silent, just turn it upside down, it goes on to silence. Some phones, for selfie camera, you do like two, or you smile, it captures your photograph. Those are gesture-based. Okay, so I'll just note that down. Gesture-based interface. Gesture-based. Anything else? Voice, or you said dialogue-based interface. Okay, many of our phones support voice recognition. Okay, so you can say dialogue-based interface, where you talk to the device. You can say voice recognition, you can say dialogue-based. Finally, for example, if you go to a vending machine, you're dealing with an interface of just pressing buttons, choosing what you want, choosing your card payment, menu-driven interface. If you go to an ATM machine, It's all menus. You choose the service you require, isn't it? You put your card, they ask you the language. You put your language, they ask you for your PIN. After you put your PIN, they ask you what service you want. After you put your service, they ask which account. Okay, then they ask, do you want a receipt? Okay, it's all menu after menu. We call that menu driven interface. Are we all okay with that? Menu driven interface. Then, yeah. Can you guys have a look at this? This means that it has features like Windows. Everyone know what a window is in computer terms? So everybody, this is a window. This is another window. Each window represents a program. This is another window. Everyone, these are what we call windows. You all know that, no? Icons, you all know, no? Everyone, we know what icons are, right? Well, not in the head. Any description you can give me for an icon? A graphical representation, right? Of a file, of an action, of a folder, isn't it? Then guys, what else do we have? Menus we know, pointers we know, okay? It allows different users to create their own account on the same computer. Okay, you can have multiple accounts on the same computer. It allows users to use a range of actions with their files, such as open, close, move, delete, rename, things like that. Are we okay with that? Handling your files is also done by your operating system. Okay. Then guys, can I read the next one? It provides a platform for you to install your applications. Are we good? You need to have an operating system in order to put applications. No operating system, where are you going to put your applications? Isn't it? Everyone okay with this? When you go to install an application, sometimes what do they ask you? When you guys went to install Sublime Text, what did it tell you? Click here to download the Windows version, didn't it say? All of you, when you download Sublime Text, it said, right? Click here for the Windows version, click here for the Mac version. Okay, click here for the Linux version. Okay, because you need to have an operating system. On top of your operating system only, you put your apps. We are okay with this. Sometimes, guys, we have apps not supported on iOS, not supported on Android. Well, I've heard these, right? Okay, so your operating system gives you a platform to install apps. Can you guys go from top to bottom again? Everybody go from top to bottom below. Can everyone go from top to bottom? What do you mean by managing users using an operating system? This is what I mean. Okay. Then can we move on to the next one, guys? Managing your security. Okay, boys, girls, everyone. The security of your device is also managed using your operating system. Can everyone go there? These include the following: setting usernames and passwords. Okay. Next, what do we have? Level of access. Can you guys read that and then I'll show you a real life example? Everyone, can you all read that first? Allowing levels of access to be set for data that is normally linked to a username. This means that certain users can be restricted from seeing data on the computer or from doing anything more than viewing it. What do you mean by this? Now, guys, on my laptop, I am the only user. So I am the administrator, I am the user, everything is me. But for example, let's say I had other people also using my laptop and they had separate accounts. Check this out. So say, for example, if I come to my computer and let's say I go to local disk C and let's say, for example, user, let's come into the documents folder below and I have this folder called Zoom. Okay, I don't want other users of this laptop to be able to modify this folder. Okay, or let's take something more, this thing. I'll come into my cloud storage. Okay, so say, for example, I have this folder called My Classes. I don't want other users dealing with it. So I can right click over here. I can come to properties. Where is properties? Over here, I have properties. Now let me zoom in. Can you guys see over here? I'm going to click on advanced security over here. Now all these are me. Everybody okay with this? All these are me. If there were other users, their names would appear over here. If there were other user accounts on this laptop, their names would appear over here. Then what I do is I can click on that user account and I can say full control, deny. Modify. Now full control, if you say deny, that's enough. But let's say, for example, you want them to have access, but they can't make any changes. Then you can say modify, deny, but read aloud. You get my point? This is what we call access rights. You're controlling the level of access that users have towards the content on your device. Who provided this feature for me? Operating system. This is provided to me by my operating system. Are we all okay with this? Now all of these are me only. Okay, but if there are any other accounts, I can click on it and say deny or allow. Okay. Shall we have a look at the next one? Running utility software such as antivirus, anti-malware, firewall. Everybody okay with this? Now those of you who are using a Windows laptop, Windows already provides you with an anti-malware which is called Windows Defender. Not many know this. And many of us, what do? We go and buy third-party anti-malware like Kaspersky, Avast, Norton, AVG. And those guys are so annoying, isn't it? What is their objective? They want you to keep upgrading, right? Avast wants you to always upgrade to the next package. Kaspersky wants to upgrade to their next package. So what do they keep doing? They keep scaring you, right? 235,000 viruses detected. Click here to erase all of them. And the moment you click on erase, what does it say? Your package is not supported for erasing viruses. We can only tell you what the viruses are. If you want to erase it, you need to subscribe. Isn't it? Sometimes it's a lot of lies. They're just scaring to get you to subscribe. And it's very annoying sometimes. But guys, if you are a Windows user, Windows already has its own anti-malware. Over here, you have Windows Defender. And this is built for Windows. It's a part of your operating system. Okay, so try. I have been using Windows Defender and I'm quite impressed with it. I have tried using third-party antivirus software and it's so annoying. And especially when the subscription date is coming to an end, they keep bothering you to renew it. Everyone okay? And they keep scaring you. So many detected, click now, do this, do that, to get you to try and subscribe with them. Okay, but I have found Microsoft Defender to be excellent so far. Okay, can everyone read that? Everybody, can you all read that? Running utility software such as antivirus, anti-malware, and a firewall to keep a computer safe from various types of threats. Okay, so normally speaking, guys, operating system will provide you with an antivirus, will provide you with an anti-malware. Okay, can I just stop there and ask you, what does malware mean? Anyone, can you give me a definition for malware? Or for virus? No definitions? Is a malware a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. So now come up with the definition below. Can we say a bad thing for your computer? Doesn't sound very good, isn't it? What could you say about it? Is it a software? Is malware a software? Not a software? Then what is it? Is it a hardware? Definitely no. Then it is a what? It is a software. It is a program, right? A malware is a program. Is it a good program or bad program? Bad program. Is it, sorry? You can say a program that disrupts your computer. What are you going to say? Computer system. Or you could just say it's a harmful program. It's going to cause only harm to you. Nothing good can come out of it. Okay? Shall I just put that word over there? A harmful program. A harmful program. Now in topic 2, I will give you all more details. Can you all give me examples of harmful program? I'll give you all the first one, which is virus. Trojan horse, something that looks useful, but once you install and run it, it causes a lot of problems. Anything else? No, bots is not always a problem. Most of the time it's harmful, but sometimes it can also be useful for you to carry out an automated task. Spam is not malware. Sometimes spam can also have worms, yes. Anything else? We had something where it comes and encrypts all your data. You need to pay the hacker to get the key to decrypt it. Haven't learned it, I haven't taught it to you all yet, but from O level, if you all do remember. Yes, ransomware. We had something called ransomware. Spyware, very dangerous. That comes under spyware, keylogger. And there's another one where very distractive, adware. Okay, these are examples of your. Okay, so guys, with that, we have come to the end of your operating system. Okay. Next, we move on to your software types. Okay. Can you all have a break? Yes, we'll take a break now then. When we come back, we'll start this part. Wait. 110 now it is. So 125. Okay, everybody have a nice break. 125, we will be back. Okay, have a nice break. Guys online, we'll be back at 125. Okay. Guys, girls, all of y'all, let's do a little bit over here and then we need to go back to part 1. We have an essay type question that we didn't complete, right? Akash, all of y'all, shall we move? Okay. Right, everyone over here, we now move on to a completely different part. Okay. We dealt with application, we dealt with system, we dealt with the roles of the operating system. We now move on to sources of software. Can you guys read that first paragraph over there on page number 7 under sources of software? Can we all read that? Software is developed by thousands of individuals and organizations around the world. So on how you are allowed to use it, there are so many differences. But we are going to break it into 4 common categories. Okay. When it comes to categorizing softwares based on how you can use it. Okay. We are going to break it into 4 categories. Can everyone come down to the first one? We talk about something called free. Okay. Can you all now itself put a, or that note is anyway coming up, no? I'll just put a link so that you all don't mix it up. Very important to know about this. Everybody okay with this? When we talk about free software, free does not mean you don't have to pay for it. No, the free means what? Freedom in using it. You can do whatever you want with the software. You might have to pay for it though. It might be financially free, okay? But once you obtain it legally, you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. I'll give you all examples. Can you all see what is that freedom about? Number 1, what can you do? Number 1, you can run the software for any purpose. You can use it for whatever purpose you want. Are we good? Number 2, you can study how the software was constructed. You can go through its source code. You also have the ability or the freedom is given to modify the source code. Are we all okay with this? The third one, you can redistribute it. Okay, there is no legal constraints. You can redistribute it under your own name even if you want. Keep reading it. You can distribute the modified versions to the community. Everyone okay with this? So can you all see the examples I have given you all? LibreOffice, GIMP, Mozilla Firefox, Linux, Audacity. Okay, these are all boys over there. These are all examples of free software where you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. Okay, so everyone, can you all read this with me now? Let's go to Mozilla Firefox's website. Okay. So I'm going to go into Mozilla Firefox.
If you need to get somewhere, let's say a new.
So let's go into their website. And now guys, when I come into their website here, you can see download and all that. Okay. Now if I scroll down here, what does it say? Community, connect, contribute, developer. Can you guys see this? So I'll just go into connect. So when you go into connect, what do they tell you over here? Welcome to the Mozilla Connect community. Submit your ideas, vote for good ideas, carry out discussions, be a part of this community. Basically, you can contribute. Okay, where is it? I'll accept it all over here. So here you can see people are having discussions over here. Support Hebrew translations. Can't access tab selectors. Okay, where is this thing? Mozilla employee hosted discussions in the community. Here's what we are working on. Okay, so basically when it comes to free software, you get the freedom to be a part of the development. Is it clear? You can be a part of the development team, obviously voluntarily. They're not paying you as such. Okay, you can be a part of it. At the same time, guys, the source code is also provided. So if you want on your own, you can modify it and redistribute it under a different brand name. Everyone okay with this? This is what we call free software, where you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. Okay, can you guys keep reading it? Free software is often maintained by communities and foundations, such as the Free Software Foundation. Okay, now guys, everyone, can you all put a note over here? Now we are going to talk about open source now. For me to explain the difference between free software and open source, it's a bit difficult. Okay, I'll tell you all to take an extra note after we finish open source. Okay, so can everyone come down to open source? Is software whose source code is freely available. You know what source code is, right? All of you are developing web pages, isn't it? Your HTML code, is it available for everyone to see? No. If I right click on a web page and say view page source, I can see HTML code. That's your source code. I can basically see how your web page was constructed. Last week we started CSS. Can users see your CSS coding? Especially if you use external style sheets, they can't see your CSS coding. Are we okay with this? So when I say source code, what do I mean? The producer, the developer will also give you the files. So you can modify the software as you wish. Everyone okay with this? In open source code is also provided. In free software, also source code is provided. So then what's the difference between the two? We'll talk about that shortly. Okay, keep reading it. For anyone to view, they can use it, they can modify it, they can distribute it. Okay, this promotes collaboration. Since the source code is available, users can come together, work together to develop the software. Okay, transparency and community driven development. The source code is open to the public. I'll give you guys an example. I'm going to come over here and say download VLC media player. Download VLC media player. Everyone know about this software now? Okay, this is the only software that gives you extra volume. You all know about that? When you use VLC media player, it's not 100%. You can go up to, nobody have used VLC here. Have you used VLC? So when you use VLC media player, have I opened it? Here I have opened it. Okay, this is the, so the cool thing about it is,
we ever wondered how to download and share digital content legally? How do you let people know that you want
up to 200% you can increase the volume.
The Edexcel Commons licenses can help
you. All media players give you 100%, or this gives you up to 200%. Okay, that's one of the outstanding features of this software. I'm surprised none of you all know about it. Only one person told me. Anyhow, so everybody, can you see the donate buttons over here? Because they don't make money out of their software. If you want, you can support them. And then guys, can you see at the bottom? Over here, what does it say? You can also directly get the source code. So then if you want to modify this player on your requirements, you can do that. And after modifying it, you have every right to distribute it under your name as well, under whatever brand name you want. Are we all okay with this? Okay. Right. Can you guys keep reading it? The source code is open. Users can modify the software. It can be shared with others, often free of cost. Open source is normally free of charge. Okay. All open source software is free to access and modify, but not all open source software is free of charge. Most of it is free of charge. There could also be some where you may have to pay for it, but once you pay it, you get the source code and you can do whatever you want. So now here is the question: what's the difference between free and open source? A very, very tiny difference. In free software, they focus on what? Getting users to work together in the development of the software. In open source software, what is the focus? Providing the source code so you can modify it as you want. Are we all okay with this? Can we just put that note over here? Over here, the focus is on creating a community of developers, on creating a community of developers. This is the focus in free software. In open source, the focus is more on giving you the source code and then you do whatever you want. However, VLC Media Player also allows you to contribute and all, but that's not their main focus. Open source focus is what? Providing the source code. Okay. the focus is on providing the source code. So all of y'all, do I get this down? So free software, open source software, small difference between the two. Okay. Now in free software also source code is given to you, but that's not their ultimate objective. In free software, the objective is more about bringing users together, getting them to develop together, collaborate, things like that. In open source, that is also there, but the focus is more about giving you the source code. Okay. So why do both of these exist? Coming up when we see the third category. So everybody, if you come down to the third category, we have something called proprietary software. This is not a place. This type of software is very, very strict in how you can use it. Are we all okay with this? Can you guys read it? That will be our last part for today. After we're going to go into past paper questions. Everyone, can you read that? Proprietary software. Everyone read proprietary below. Is software that is not distributed with the source code. The source code is not provided to you. Okay. The source code is protected. Only the developer will have the source code. Meaning that the user cannot see it and is not able to study, modify or redistribute the code. Are we all okay with this? Okay. One benefit of proprietary software is that it is extensively tested by the developer. Stop there for a second. Microsoft Office guys, developers test it before releasing it. So you get a properly built version. In open source and free, what happens? They release the software and they keep improving it based on your feedback. Everybody okay with this? In open source and free software guys, they release a version and then based on your feedback, they keep improving it. But proprietary, normally before it is released, it is heavily tested and then they release it. Are we all okay with this? But have you all heard of something called beta? WhatsApp beta. Have you all heard something like that? What is that? Now WhatsApp is a proprietary software. It doesn't allow you to modify it. But what do you mean by WhatsApp beta? A program, yeah. A prototype. You can say, so WhatsApp, they are not open source or free. But what are they trying to do? Instead of us testing it only with our developers, what do? They release a beta version where other users can also use it and see how this new version works. And if they have any problems or any suggestions, they can report it back to the developers. Okay, WhatsApp is still proprietary, but they have some sort of arrangement where ordinary users can use new versions before they release it to the general public. Everyone okay with this? Okay. Can you guys keep reading it? One example of proprietary software is Microsoft Office. Okay, so generally proprietary software, you might have to pay for it. Not always you have to pay for it, but what is sure, source code is never going to be provided. Okay, right. Everybody, shall we move away from here then? So I have given you, there's one more called Creative Commons, which I will explain next week. Okay. Right. Everybody, last week we took down a mind map for a question in part 1, but we didn't complete it. So can we complete it and then move? Everybody, boys, girls. Also, guys, I want to tell you all this before I forget. Guys online, all of you are listening to me. 1 second, please. Guys, all of you, next week we have a quiz, okay? A 50 question MCQ quiz. It will happen online. Online as in, you guys, all of you all can come to class. It will be only 40 minutes. The quiz will be 40 minutes. There'll be 50 questions in it. It will be on Google Forms. So you all can use your phone or your laptop and answer it. Okay, so as soon as you submit your answers, it will give you your feedback. How much you scored, what was right, what was wrong. Are you all okay with this? Sorry? On topic 1. On topic 1, part 1, part 2, part 3. So now all of you, I'm stopping here now. Next week when we meet up, I will complete this little bit. Okay, this little bit I will complete next week. Then in the last 40 minutes of the class, you all can use your phone or laptop, whichever you all choose, Okay, please do have enough balance for data and all that. Okay, worst case, if you don't have, I can share the hotspot with you all, but try your best to have it, because if too many users use my hotspot, it's going to be very slow. Okay, so the last 40 minutes of next week's class, you all will do this quiz, and this quiz you all will do it on your device itself. You can use your laptop or smartphone, log into your Gmail account, open up the quiz, answer it there itself. As soon as you click on submit, it will tell you how much you scored, what was right, what was wrong. Everyone, guys online, you all also can do the same thing, right? Wherever you all are, I'll just share the link. You all copy, paste, start it. Okay. The quiz is time constrained. Okay, 40 minutes only. After 40 minutes, I lock the quiz. Are we all okay with this? Sorry. Any problems? No. Any questions? Okay, so it will be 40 minutes. Today I did with the A2 batch. I gave them 50 minutes. I realized 50 minutes is way too much of time. No, I started at 11:40. They finished by 11:10. How many minutes is that? 30 minutes, right? That's 30 minutes. Okay, I gave the quiz at 10:40. They finished it by 11:10. I gave them a different topic, but 50 questions. Okay, sorry. MCQs, all MCQs. Okay. Just to see your understanding of topic 1. That's all. Just to see your understanding of topic 1. Okay. All right, everybody, can we go back into part 1? Boys, girls, everybody, let's go back into part 1. Sorry? Part 1 or part 2 was it? Part 1. Can we all have a look at part 1? We did a mind map yesterday. Not yesterday, last week, but we didn't complete it. So can we now complete it now, everyone? I hope all of you have your pencils and pencils all to write this answer down. Where was it? It was over here. Yes, guys, girls, everyone over here. Can you all read this question again? We spoke about the learning device for a child. I told you this is a child, age 3 to 5. Is a dedicated computer, not a general purpose. So what did we call it? Embedded or single board computer, we said. The design of the device is not yet finalized. Evaluate the benefits and drawbacks of including a variety of technologies. You should consider, and we did points for each of them. Shall we get started? So let me also put a mind map on the screen. So in terms of biometrics, this is what we spoke about. We said there is no need for biometrics as this device has no confidential data. And we said putting a biometric will actually make it difficult for the device to be used. Because who is the audience? Who is the 3 to 5? No, they wouldn't know where to place the fingers and hold it and all that. Shall we start writing now? So everybody, let's get started. So we'll give a quick start, guys. We can say over here, a variety of technologies can be used when building this device. When building this device, each technology will have its own benefits and drawbacks. And now let's start writing. This is just an introduction. Okay. Having of biometrics in this device seems very unnecessary. Since this device will not be containing any confidential data. Okay. And further, since the users are in the age group of 3 to 5, unlocking a device with biometrics such as fingerprint can be confusing for them. Do you all fully agree with this? Okay. I also don't fully agree with it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just mention it, but practically speaking, it doesn't seem to be a confusion for them. They seem to know exactly what needs to do, what needs to be done to unlock the device. That's what I said can be confusing or could be confusing. Let's put it in capital. Could be confusing for some of them. Okay. Okay. The second part that we need to consider was the use of a touch screen, and you guys were you all gave me both sides. You all said there's some good to it. There's also certain drawbacks to it, which we will talk about now. Okay. Having a touch screen for this device would make the device extremely user friendly, since the children will have to simply touch the option they require. However, and we'll talk about some of the drawbacks that we would be facing when we put touch screen into it. So what was the disadvantage we spoke about when it comes to touchscreen? We said it could lead to damages like dropping and scratching. Okay. However, the entire device could become unusable. If the device is dropped, leading to the touchscreen getting damaged. And is this highly possible? Dropping, very highly possible. We can then go on to say, given the audience of this device, dropping is very likely to happen. After dropping, this audience will throw it also, isn't it? Given the audience of this device, not only dropping is a problem, sometimes they throw these devices. Okay. Guys, you all know the marks for this question? 12 marks. Okay, so there's quite a lot of writing to do. Okay. And every paper has 112 marker. Okay. Shouldn't be a problem for you. You guys had how many 6-marker questions in your levels? Edexcel students, they had 2 8-markers only. I had, I think, 5, 6 6-markers, isn't it? Right, let's keep moving. After touchscreen, guys, our next technology was, hold on, memory. What did we agree on? We said high memory means they can have more programs. It will take a short time to switch between programs. Disadvantages, it could be costly, and we also see it's unnecessary, no? So what shall we do, guys? Okay, so we can go on to then. In terms of memory, high RAM capacity, a high RAM capacity would allow for many programs to run smoothly in the background. Okay. However, since this is an embedded computer, there wouldn't be many programs to run in the background. So having a high RAM capacity would not be necessary. Okay. Adida? Slightly is okay. Sorry?
I tried it twice, but checked the book.
You're going to fill it in your notes. Okay. What is behind? What's wrong? You're not feeling well or something? You done? You taken this down? Okay. In terms of memory, we would require a high RAM capacity. We could have a high RAM capacity. The benefit of it is you can have many programs running smoothly in the background, but it seems unnecessary because we're talking about an embedded computer. A computer is going to be running specific programs only. Okay. Something that I forgot to mention with regard to secondary storage, everybody. Guys, this is a device that's going to be used by 3 to 5 year olds. Tell me what type of programs 3 to 5 year olds would be accessing, or what would programs used by 3 to 5 year olds contain? Games, meaning lots of graphics, isn't it? Audio, video, images, all three of them are very big in. Video, audio, images are all small file sizes or big file size? Generally big file size, right? So what about secondary memory then? You would recommend going for a high amount or a low amount? High amount. But then what happens to the weight of the device, size of the device? It's going to be affected, isn't it? So let's talk about that problem. Let's say, given the audience that is going to be using this device, the programs would contain lots of images, video, audio, which all take up a lot of memory space. Everyone, I'm moving down. Okay. Now we're talking about secondary storage. We can then go on to say this device would contain programs that contain a lot of images, audio, and video files. Meaning that this device would require a high secondary storage capacity. Meaning that this device would require a high secondary storage capacity. However, a large storage could lead to a heavier and bulkier device, especially when what is used? Especially when HDD is used. It is best that SSD be used. Okay, it is best that SSD be used. However, the problem with SSD is the problem with SSD is what? No problems with SSD? The price is going to significantly increase. Okay, it is best that SSD be used. Okay, however, SSDs are quite costly. Okay. Okay, so we spoke about secondary storage as well. Next we have power source. We said power source, we're going to stick to rechargeable battery, no? Okay. It is best that this device have a rechargeable battery, so that users can use it on the move, However, the problem with rechargeable battery is that the device would regularly need to be connected to a power source, which could be dangerous for children to handle. Instead of saying users, I'll say so that the children can use it on the move. However, the problem with rechargeable batteries is the device would regularly need to be connected to a power source for charging. Okay. Our final point, miniaturization. I'll keep it very short. Do we recommend, do we see miniaturization as a benefit? We don't. Very nice. What if it becomes, they can put in the mouth, they can swallow it, they can choke on it. Very nice. I'll take that as a drawback. Okay. Yes, there is a benefit. If you make it small, then they can carry it around with them. They can, lift it, raise it, use it easily. But if it's too small, it could also become a hazard for them. Okay. Finally, everybody, this will be my last point. I have crossed my time. Finally, miniaturization, if properly maintained, can make the device extremely portable for kids, making it easy for them to use it wherever they are. However, if these devices are too small, they could become choking hazards for kids. Okay. However, if these devices are too small, they could become choking hazards for kids. Shahada, we are not done. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, so we're going to be stopping at this point, guys. Normally, there also needs to be a conclusion. Okay, but I'm not doing that today. You need to have a small conclusion saying, okay, so then what do we do with this device? Okay.